my name is Mailynn and welcome back to my channel. I'm a flutist, performer, and music teacher located in the city of Kamloops, British Columbia, and this is my channel where we learn all things flute, so thank you so much for joining me here today. In today's video, we're going to be starting my little Christmas series, so for the next little while, we're going to be going over some of the most popular Christmas tunes, and in this video, we're going to be learning We Wish You a Merry Christmas, so if you're interested, then just keep on watching. As always, if you have any questions about the video, please feel free to drop them in the comment section down below. I do my best to answer them as soon as I see them. Also, if you're having any issues when it comes to practicing, feel free to check out my free practice guide, also located in the description down below. It gives you 8 really easy steps to follow to help guide your practice sessions. Alright, so let's just get right into today's video. So this one, again, I'm going to be taking an arrangement from 8notes.com, not sponsored, so I'm going to include the link in the description in case you want to see the entire score. I'll just be transcribing and putting the first part in this video, and then I may or may not include it at the end when I play the accompaniment part for you to play along with me. Of course, we're going to go through our first 6 starter bits, and then we'll get right into it. So let's first start with number 1, our key signature. So we're going to take a look at between the treble clef and our time signature, and we see that there's 1 flat in there, so that means it can either be an F major or D minor. So we'll take a look at the first and the last note to see if we have any indication as to either of the 2. So the first note is a pickup note, so we don't actually start on that, but on the first note of the full bar we do start on F and we do end on an F, so it would highly suggest the word F major. We'll take a look and see if we can find the relative minors raised 7th. So how you find the relative minor is you go down 3 note names or up 6. So F, E, D to go down. D minor is the relative minor. We're going to go down 1 semitone from that, and that's C sharp. So we'll see if any of the C's are sharp, and I don't see any, so I would say we're in F major, which we are. Number 2, we're going to be looking at our key signature here. So we see 3/4, so that means the top number tells us how many beats we have, so there's 3 beats per measure. The bottom number tells us what note type those beats are. 4 represents 8 quarter notes, so that means you have 3 quarter notes per measure. Number 3, going to be looking at our tempo indication here. So we have moderato written at the top, so that means it's a nice moderate tempo. For reference, for beats per minute, it can be anywhere between 86 and 97 beats per minute. When I'm clapping and counting this, I will be counting it at a quarter note equals 90 beats per minute. Number 4, we're going to be looking at our dynamics. So we don't have any specific dynamics written in here. So I would say play at a nice mezzo forte or forte sound. So that means you're going to be playing at a nice, full, strong, and beautiful sound. Also, feel free to experiment with the melody lines and increasing the volume maybe as you go up or decreasing it as you go down. Feel free to see what works best for you. Number 5, we're going to be looking at our articulation. So we're going to see if you have anything interesting here. And we do have a few slurs, so just make sure that you note that every time we have the 2 eighth notes together, they're going to be slurred for the most part. There are cases where they aren't, so like at bar 7, we don't slur those eighth notes together, the repeated eighth notes. But when there are moving eighth notes, so the ones that are going up a step or down a step, we do have a slur over there. Otherwise, they are all tongues, so you're just going to have a nice gentle tut at the beginning of each note to give them a little bit more clarity. The number 6, we're going to be looking at our roadmap. So I'm going to take a look and see if I have anything interesting here. I don't see any repeats or decapos, so that means you're just reading it from top to bottom. Alright, so if you are looking at this with the score, you're going to notice that there is a pickup bar. I have not written that in my transcription, so you'll just see beats 1 and 2 are rest. If you look at the score, you'll just see beats 3 there, which is totally fine. Just to make sure that if you're reading the 2, that you notice that there are differences there. So we start on beat 3, and again, I'm going to clap and count this now so that a quarter note equals 90. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 3, 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, rest. Very nice. So that should be nice and easy. If it's a little bit too fast for you, go back into the playback settings and set it to a slower tempo there. And then you can also increase it if you want it to be a little bit faster. Before we play it on the flute, I just want to make sure that you know all the notes here. So we're just playing from that middle C up to the highest C. Just make sure that you are playing all of the B's flat. Otherwise, all the other notes are natural. If you're not sure about them, write the letter names in. And if you're not sure about the fingering, you can check out some of my earlier videos, or you can also take a look at the fingering chart that I have in every single one of my videos in the description for you to cross-reference to make sure you have all the right fingerings there. Now we're going to get into playing the songs. 1, 2, 3, 1. Very nice. So again, if that's too fast, go back into the playback settings and slow it down. If not, then that should be good to go. Alright, so that's going to be it for today's video. Make sure you stick to the end if you're interested in playing along with a flute accompaniment. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me here today. If you have any questions, put them in the comment sections and I will answer them as soon as I see them. And of course, be sure to check out my free practice guide as well. I just want to thank you so much for joining me here today. It was such a pleasure to spend this time with you. And as always, happy fluting!